Hello ladies and gents, welcome to a new night point of view review. In front of us is the new Renault Symbioz. Now we have the iconic trim. That's the top trim. Now it's close to the E-Speed Alpine, but doesn't look as sporty as E-Speed Alpine. Now in this one you have the panel roof. That's not openable, but it's the new digital panel roof. Has crystals, so you can tint it and lets less light inside, or make it semi-transparent. It's like hazy, but it's letting light inside. If we unlock the car, you can see the little headlights gimmick. On the front, Symbioz looks like the Captur facelift. They share the same front, but the rear is different. They have taillights. That's different. Now, Symbioz is currently a full hybrid system. It's the 1.6 liter full hybrid. 143 horsepower is the system horsepower, but this is inside 4-cylinder naturally aspirated petrol engine producing 94 horsepower, and there's the electric motor producing 49 horsepower. These are both combined. It has a multi-mode automatic. I think it has like more different driving modes, but if I'm not mistaken, maybe 16 of them, or was it 6? I forgot now. But it acts as a 0-speed automatic, like an EV, so you don't have to think about it. When the petrol runs, it also goes through the electric motor, and just works really good. Now, we have big alloys. Honestly, I haven't checked the dimension. I would say these are probably 19-inch. I'm actually doing the night review before I did the day review, so you'll have to forgive me for that. But suspension is nice and comfortable in French cars. You can just feel the larger tire dimension. This is with the lights on, side profile, and we have this. It's supposed to be like a blue color, but to me it's just like a shade of green perhaps. And you can see here the beautiful taillights. Now if I press the unlock button, you can see dynamic turn signals. So very beautiful. Actually, let me use the remote to open the trunk or boot space. Very nice and spacious. There's a warm light. Not sure if you can see it on the camera. You can use the remote, or you can press the button on top. I'm going to use the remote to close it up. Nice closing sound, so not too loud. And I think this is the first time we have a power tailgate in this class. Now, keyless entry. Let's jump inside. Okay, so you're greeted with this open R-Link sound. You can of course switch it off in the infotainment. I left it on in order to just show you the little demo. Now, I've started the car, again, hybrid. So it's currently an EV mode. You can see here EV next to the little battery. Now, I already did a consumption test, so might as well show it to you. You can see here now 4 liters. My lowest was 4.8. Official WVLTP is 4.7. So I got really close. Now, I've passed 54 kilometers. So this is night drive, little traffic, driving gently in this comfort driving mode, between 60 and 80 kilometers per hour. My average was 60 probably. So you can see here comfort driving mode. There's eco, there's sport, there's personal. We're gonna stick to the comfort, and then on the highway we're gonna switch to the sport. We have a new infotainment. You can see here the energy flow. I might run that a little bit so you can see how the car runs. We have here driving assistance. In personal, you can disable overspeed audible warning and limit change sound by pressing the little side button. Renault did this really great. Let me do some sound test. We have a good sound system. This is domestic music. Let me see this one. I haven't played with this front centered, okay, centered, tone control, bass, middle, treble. So let me see here. Okay, there's some ads, but the sound is really deep and it's very nice. We do have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I'm not going to use it. We have new infotainment. It's using Google. There's shortcuts here. There's also a pull-down menu. If you check the day review, you're going to see all the details of that. Now, there are a few new faces here in the digital cockpit. There's the middle one with the speedo in the middle. There's this one, and there's one with the maps. If you remove these, you can see energy flow, EQ monitor, radio station. If you remove it, you have a full Google on the side. I did kind of prefer the old one in the Captur with the bubbles, but this is kind of new, one we saw in Rafale. I prefer this one with the lane assist and so on. Okay, we're gonna start driving and put it to drive. Actually, yeah, put it to drive. Actually, wait, reverse. Just we're here. You can see the camera resolution. You can see here the sides. You can move the steering wheel. You can see the projection moves when you move the steering wheel. The camera resolution is the only part they didn't invest money, but it serves its purpose for the parking. So let's go. Now, there are pedestrian warning systems when you're in the EV mode. Let me lower one of the windows. Okay, so the petrol just kicked in, and you have that pedestrian warning system when the petrol is not on, so pedestrians know you're passing by. Now, I've tested this same hybrid system in Clio, E-Tech full hybrid, and I was really impressed with the car consumption. It was just, I was getting like on the highway, 6 liters, top 6.5, yeah, 6.5 tops, or my lowest was 5.5. But around 6 liters on the highway of driving dynamically, that's implying a little bit faster than the speed limit. And then in the city, I got the WVLTP figures. So the new hybrid system is really impressive. And for all of you who might stumble upon this video and are not into cars, hybrid system means you don't need to charge the battery. And I'm mentioning this because the PR asked me, not just me, but all the journalists, please emphasize that the hybrids do not need to be charged. So there's a difference between plug-in hybrid or PHEV. So the name implies plug-in hybrid. That means you can drive it as an EV, you can plug it in, you can charge it because it has a larger battery. This one has a 1.2 something, 1.2-ish battery, and I think only the MG has 1.8-ish. So this allows you to drive an EV at lower speeds, and the petrol will charge the battery, so you don't have to think about it. You're also charging it when you're braking. Now there's D or drive. When you're driving and when you let go, the car coasts a lot, and then at the very end it's like slightly recuperating. When you put it to B, there's no one behind me, don't worry, there's full recuperation, and it charges the battery even faster. If you speed up and then you just let it go, it breaks in 2 recuperation breaks. You will see the battery will go from 1 to 2 here. So you will notice that the battery is charging fast. Now with the B mode or braking mode, you can drive one pedal for the most part, but the car doesn't fully stop like Tesla or Volvo or Polestar EVs. It continues moving forward like a classical automatic. Now, Symbioz is a little bit bigger than the brother Captur. I prefer it. It's longer, and I definitely love the taillights design. It's better looking than the Captur. And 143 horsepower is more than enough. It just flies nicely. Although I like to drive it in gently, but you're gonna see on the highway, I'm gonna put it to sport mode. It just flies. Although, try to remember on the highway, there is no turbo. I mentioned this is a naturally aspirated petrol, but there's this almost like a gap, almost like a turbo lag in between 120. It's just when the speed is rising and it just drops a little bit. I don't know if it switches to the petrol or something happens between the hybrid system and it just drops and then continues on. So you might notice that. Okay, comfort-wise, these seats are great. Renault has redesigned their seats. They're more dense foam, and then on the top it's a soft foam, so you should have more comfort in the new seats. Overview of this car is great. You're uplifted, same as at the Captur. So on the back there's a little bit narrow window. It's not too tall, but still you can see behind yourself. Even if you're parking in the garage, you should, even without the cameras, shouldn't be a problem to estimate the distance between you and the wall if you're backing up into a spot. Now, I'm hearing a little wind on my right side, and I'm not sure. This is when you're driving without the music, of course. I'm not sure if it's like the door or the B pillar or the panel roof. It shouldn't be the panel roof, but it's one of those. Since this digital roof, you can dim it, but there's no shade. So panel roofs, get to tend to let in more noise coming inside. This traffic light and the one before is on a sensor, so it's just gonna change. That's a good thing. Well, I can't really, there's no street lights on this side, but you can see through the panel roof a little bit, but it's a bit hazy, and it's a €1,500 option. And if you by any chance break it, or something falls on it and it breaks, it will be very expensive, and I'm afraid how much insurance will charge for this car just for that add-on. So I would not recommend this roof at all in any car. It's more like a gimmick. It's a cool feature that's not really practical. I prefer a classical tinted panel roof, and then when you have a physical shade. This one, it's just you can see the street light. It's just not that great, if you ask me. Now you can stoplight. You can watch up. You can tint it so you can barely see through. So you can have that, or you can have more light coming inside. So that's that. We have auto hold, so I don't have to keep my foot on the brake. So I just stopped, and this plastic area is a blind spot. I just noted that pedestrians have green lights, so I have two. Now notice I've started EV, and then the petrol kicks in. Besides the sound, you can add this menu. So if you put it to consumption, you can see the petrol will show up. Now it's off. You can see the EV, but then when it kicks in, you're gonna see it now it turned on. You can see the white line going up. But then when I let go, it goes off and you start recuperating. So let me just switch here to a energy flow. I show it here as well. It's a little bit small over there. Wait, no, this one. Energy, electric. So here you can see the energy flow. It's recuperating. Now I've stopped. Now if you press it in deeply, sometimes there's like a little, but not too often, depending like how aggressively you apply the brake. But you're gonna see here the petrol is fitting the electric motor. I guess that's then fitting the battery. Also you can see when the battery is being fitted. Fitting the electric motor and so on. And the little fan here is the climate. So that's that. Now you can see what's powering what. So the petrol has kicked in. Or did it? Actually, now it kicked in. You can see now the flow. So currently it's not too loud, but sometimes it's loud. But again, you don't have to worry about the battery. It will be always full. Now there is here button eSave. If I press it, you can see below the car avatar, eSave. Now eSave should tell the system to not deplete battery below 40%. So if you're going or planning to go uphill and you want the juice to have the full power, then you can press that button. If you turn it off, then the system will not save the battery. Now, again, if you run out of battery, then well, here is suggesting that the petrol is fitting the electric motor, but you're spending more fuel in that case. So you're having a petrol that's almost 100 horsepower and then the electric motor, but without fully charged battery, or at least some charge in the battery, I think you're going to have reduced performance if you're going uphill. So that's why they've created the eSave button. There are a lot of people complaining about that in the Clio, which didn't have that one, and the Captur past generations. So they've added those. Now sometimes I can drive up to 70 or 80 kilometers per hour just electric. So if you're not hard on the accelerator, it will continue just driving EV like now. So I'm driving electric, and then the petrol just kicks in. Okay, we're gonna come back to this. This new system, you can see here the big icons. Well, you can actually use the Google Store or the Play Store, and you can download Waze, so you don't have to actually use Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. You can directly download apps like Spotify as well through this new system. Okay, I'm gonna speed up in the comfort, and then we're gonna switch to the sport mode as well. Pay attention to the LED headlights as well. Performance. Car is nice, not too much leaning in the bend. Stable. I'm like flooring it all the way. Going uphill. There's that turbo gap. Figure of speech. No, there's no turbo. Now we're recuperating by slowing down. I'm going to slow down to 100. So this is the sound. Now there's a lot of wind noise. I'm going to switch it to sport mode. I'm gonna kick it in all the way. Again, at 119 or 120, it just like stops and then continues on. A lot of wind noise at 150. I'm gonna come to 130. Long beam has turned on. It's a okay beam. Back to comfort. Yeah, petrol is a little bit loud. Now, I'm definitely starting to think that the panel roof is the source, excuse me, the source of the of wind noise in this car. It's extra wind noise that's almost excessive. I would prefer not to have it. Generally, I don't like panel roofs because of that. 8 systems work good. Cruise control, I'm gonna deliberately go to the right a little bit. Nope, it doesn't want to let me, so just recenters me. But if you hold the steering wheel and you do something on the screen, it will prevent you from leaving the lane if you're just slightly going to the side and you're, typing in navigation or changing radio station. Although you can do most of that on the screen, and check this out. Switch to sport mode. There you go. We have now a great Google Assistant. Switch to comfort mode. See? It knew. I didn't even have to say driving mode. So the new Google Assistant works actually very good, excellent. You might see the small energy flow here. We're juicing up the battery. So, and you can see that the battery is now more than half. So I gotta say, this full hybrid system is really great. I've tested the MG's one as well, also working very good, but this one's, you don't have to, in Renault, worry about the consumption at all. You can really get those WLTP figures if you're not fast driver, if you're not heavy on the throttle. So this system is very nice and efficient. Let me just show you here. We have speeded up a little bit on the highway, so we're at 4.6, but still, this is like diesel figures. Come on. And you're driving petrol, and the good part is when you're driving EV, like now it's just switched off and it's using the battery, you are not polluting, you are not creating noise pollution as well for the people who are living here close by. At least, okay, at the higher speeds there's tire noise, but still no engine noise, no toxic exhaust fumes. And the great thing is it has so much power. It just drives very nicely. It's enjoyable. We'll stop here. We'll switch to sport mode and just do a quick launch. Sport. Okay, the petrol has kicked in. Fuel consumption 4.5, and let me see here. I don't see the auto start stop off, so okay, we'll just floor it. that was really not fast. And it's somewhat disappointing, but the point of this hybrid system is not to deliver a speeding machine. It is to deliver a efficiency machine, so efficient car. Okay, we have spiked a little bit, but that's good, not too oversensitive trip computer. We will turn here. I won't go all the way as I used to, just this is enough so you can see the performance here in pitch black. Good performance, nice long beam. It raises up a little bit. Now when I turn it off, you can see it drops down, but it's a good performance outside the city. So if you drive a little bit faster and then you anticipate you need to stop on a red light, you just let go, and now we're recuperating. You can see the small battery here is just juicing up. So that's one way to juice it up. Also, when you're braking with friction, also charges up a little bit. But I'm just saying this is an option, but you don't have to think about that. The car will keep the battery always at least 50%. Now here is a little button here for active assist, the adaptive cruise control, and speed limiter, and you can switch it all off. So that's that. Let's try the Google Assistant. Here I don't like to type on the screen. Now let's navigate to our garage. Navigate to Avenue Mall garage.
Navigating to Avenue Mall.
Okay, you can see the display here. Now we can change to this one. I haven't shown you these. So this one's like a more minimalist. You can see here navigation as well. This one is Eco Power Charge. So if I slow down a little bit, it just, oh, okay, you can see charge and then you can see power. This is the one with the Google Maps. Now I can have a full screen here, so that's also very nice. Or radio stations, energy flow, and so on. And then you can have this one with the lane assist in the car. Now, considering we're driving on the highway and we speed it up a little bit, 0 to 100, 4.6, or didn't even reach 5 liters. It's really great figures. Time to wrap it up. We're getting close to the parking garage. The Symbioz looks great. This is the most expensive trim. You can get it, of course, more cheaper. With this full hybrid system. I would say give it a try. Go for a test drive. I always tell to all of you who reach out on Instagram or on the channel and ask for my opinion. So give it a try, test it for yourself, see how it feels. After driving the petrol, I think you're gonna love this because when it's driving like now, it's just so seamlessly driving, because now it's not driving in the EV mode, but the electric motor is helping it to speed up more efficiently, more smoother, and you get a nice kick. So this hybrid system is full of benefits, but it has a really small battery. If you are having a fear of what happens after the warranty, if it breaks down, if I need to replace the battery, it's a small battery. It's not that expensive, so come your tits. It's nothing to worry about. This is a reliable system that's not too expensive. Like Toyota is a good example. They're hybrids. They're a long time on the market. They have similar hybrids where you don't need to charge the battery, and they've proven themselves, I think, quite good. You can hear now the pedestrian warning system. There's also like different sounds. Electric settings, pedestrian warning. There's this one, and then there's this one. That's the one you hear on most of EVs. This is by Jean-Michel. So that's the default. All the spots. Okay, never mind. We can park just here. Okay, the fuel consumption started dropping, but you need to keep driving to get it to 4 liters. Cameras in the garage. You can see always, this is a nice 360. You can always see like if you are like inside the spot. Then I thought this one would change, but okay. But to park, switch off. Don't forget your valuables inside the car, and at least if you have them, don't leave them on obvious spots. It's not a problem in Croatia, but in some European countries, it's not that safe, especially if you're in USA. I'm gonna wrap it up here. Great car, love it. Again, bigger Captur with cooler taillights. If I like the car, you're gonna see how the lights fade out. Also, the little gimmick on the front happens, and then if I unlock it, since I didn't do that on the street, you can see here the front. You need to press the button on the key fob to turn on the main headlights, but that's how it looks. And then if you lock it, you can see the headlight stands. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, type them below, and share this video if you think it's informative, so it might help others who are looking into the same car. Thanks for watching. Bye.